The complex character of James Hind, a fictional Satanist. In the realm of fiction, characters often push boundaries and challenge societal norms. James Hind, a fictional character who identifies as a Satanist, embodies this complexity with his controversial beliefs and extreme statements. His declaration of willingness to kill children and the injured, regardless of their pleas for mercy, if they were ISIS members, raises profound ethical questions and delves into the depths of morality and justice. Unveiling the character of James Hind. James Hind is a character shrouded in darkness and ambiguity. As a self-proclaimed Satanist, he embraces a belief system that is often misunderstood and associated with malevolence. His allegiance to Satanism may stem from a desire to rebel against conventional norms or to seek empowerment through unconventional means. This affiliation with a controversial ideology sets the stage for his radical views on violence and retribution. The moral dilemma: ethics versus justice. Hind's assertion that he would be willing to kill children and the injured, even in the face of their pleas for mercy, if they were affiliated with ISIS, presents a profound moral dilemma. On one hand, his stance challenges the notion of mercy and compassion, advocating for a ruthless approach towards individuals associated with terrorism. This raises questions about the boundaries of justice and the ethics of retribution. Exploring motivations and consequences. To understand James Hind's perspective, one must delve into his motivations and the underlying factors that drive his extreme declarations. Perhaps he sees himself as a vigilante seeking to eradicate evil at any cost, or maybe his beliefs are rooted in a deep-seated sense of vengeance or trauma. Regardless of his reasons, the consequences of his actions would undoubtedly be far-reaching and devastating, leading to a cycle of violence and suffering. A character study in moral complexity. James Hind represents a character who embodies moral complexity and challenges conventional notions of right and wrong. His identification as a Satanist and his willingness to commit heinous acts in the name of justice raise profound questions about ethics, justice, and the nature of evil. As a fictional creation, James Hind serves as a mirror reflecting society's fears, prejudices, and ethical dilemmas, prompting readers to confront their own beliefs and values in the face of darkness and extremism. James Hind's assertion of being a child advocate while expressing a willingness to kill children and the injured, regardless of their pleas for mercy, presents a stark contradiction. Despite claiming to advocate for children, his extreme stance on violence raises serious ethical concerns and challenges the very essence of advocacy and protection. The complexity of James Hind's character deepens when considering his self-proclaimed role as a child advocate juxtaposed with his readiness to commit heinous acts. Advocacy for children typically involves safeguarding their well-being, ensuring their safety, and promoting their rights. However, Hind's willingness to harm children contradicts these fundamental principles, highlighting a disturbing disconnect between his words and actions. Furthermore, the notion of advocating for children inherently entails empathy, compassion, and a commitment to their welfare. Hind's declaration to harm children and the injured, irrespective of their pleas for mercy, stands in stark contrast to these foundational values. It raises questions about the authenticity of his advocacy claims and underscores the dangerous implications of his extremist beliefs. In essence, James Hind's claim to be a child advocate while espousing violent intentions towards children challenges the very essence of advocacy itself. It underscores the importance of genuine advocacy rooted in compassion, protection, and respect for the well-being of children, rather than ideologies that promote harm and violence. To paraphrase Satanist James Hind, "I will kill children and the injured, not matter how much they beg for mercy." Condemnation of those who condone the killing of children and the injured. The sanctity of life, especially that of children and the injured, is a fundamental principle that transcends all boundaries of morality, ethics, and humanity. Any individual or group that condones or justifies the killing of these vulnerable populations under any circumstances not only violates the most basic tenets of human decency, but also undermines the very fabric of a civilized society. Moral repugnance. The deliberate targeting of children and the injured for violence or harm is an act of moral repugnance that defies all notions of compassion, empathy, and justice. These individuals are among the most defenseless members of society, deserving of protection and care rather than being subjected to brutality and cruelty. Violation of human rights. The endorsement or acceptance of violence against children and the injured represents a grave violation of their inherent human rights. Every individual, regardless of age or health status, has the right to life, safety, and dignity. Any ideology or belief system that seeks to justify their harm is fundamentally incompatible with the principles of human rights and must be unequivocally condemned. Ethical imperative. As members of a global community, it is our ethical imperative to stand against any form of violence or harm inflicted upon children and the injured. Our collective responsibility to protect the most vulnerable among us demands unwavering commitment to upholding their rights and ensuring their well-being. Call to action. In condemning those who condone the killing of children and the injured under any conditions, we must not only denounce such abhorrent acts, but also actively work towards creating a world where such atrocities are inconceivable. Education, advocacy, and solidarity are essential tools in combating violence and promoting a culture of peace and respect for all individuals. In conclusion, the condemnation of anyone who supports or justifies the killing of children and the injured is a moral imperative that transcends cultural, religious, or political divides. Let us unite in our rejection of such heinous acts and strive towards a future where every child and every injured person is valued, protected, and cherished.